Well, hey, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Help at Home. My name is Matt Faria, and I am the student pastor at Eastern Hills. And today, we're going to be talking about something really helpful, something that I know all of us are very much in need of, and that's haircuts. So quarantine has obviously put a damper on keeping good care of our hair. Maybe your hair is just growing out way longer than you've let it grow out. Maybe you've tried cutting your hair at home and maybe it's gone really well, maybe it hasn't. But we're going to talk today about how to just take care of your hair in quarantine. And before you leave the stream immediately because you rightfully assume that I don't know what I'm talking about when it comes to cutting hair, don't worry, we will be bringing in an expert in just a second. So no need to assume I'm going to be giving you tips on cutting your hair because that would be a disaster. But today we're hopefully going to touch on everything that you need for taking care of your hair at home. We'll talk specifically about women's hair. We'll talk specifically about kids' hair. We'll talk specifically about men's hair and hopefully just give you some tips. And actually, at the very end of this, our expert is going to talk my wife Paige through cutting my hair live. So hopefully that goes well. I'm a little bit nervous, but man, do I need it. But anyway, we are going to bring in our expert in just a second here. So I would like you all to meet Amanda Cure. Amanda, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I am good. I'm so glad that you're here so that I don't have to be the one to give any pointers on taking care of hair. But you do this professionally. Like this is what you do, yes?
I am a professional cosmetologist and I am a booth renter. So I kind of have my own business and I've been doing that since about 2012.
Awesome. Yeah. So you've got a lot of haircutting experience under your belt.
Yes.
Funny fact about me, I actually do cut my own hair, which is part of why I'm here. But I started doing it in college, just like because I had no money in college. Right. So I just cut my own hair and then it just never stopped. Like I still do it. So I am hoping to learn from you today. I know that mine's getting a little bit out of control. So I'm excited for you to talk Paige through how to do this. But thanks for being here, Amanda. Excited to hear what you've got for us. Before we get going, as always, we want these to be helpful. We want these to be something we're learning together. So if you're watching in the comments, feel free to ask any questions. That's why Amanda's here. Let us know any tips that you've picked up in the last couple of weeks. We know salons are going to be opening up soon, but for many of us, it still may be a little while before we're able to go out to one, or maybe we got to go back to work and we don't have time to go out and get a haircut. So we're just talking tips to get through the rest of this quarantine time. So if you've got anything, let us know in the comments. We would love to hear that. But Amanda, do you cut you or your husband or your kids' hair at home?
Yeah, so I, along with my family, like my parents and my siblings, typically I end up doing a lot of those at home. I like to be in the salon environment just so I have all my tools and all my things with me. But I've kind of become the family hairstylist and I specialize in color as well. So I end up doing that a lot too.
Good. Makes sense. But before we dive into our specific topics of women, kids, and men, do you have any just general advice for kind of making it through this quarantine time when it comes to hair?
Right. So, I mean, I would say first and foremost, I don't really advise cutting your own hair. Just I have to say that as a professional, it is a lot harder than it seems, and especially kids are really difficult to get their hair cut. But aside from that, I think that learning a couple tips to be able to keep like your bangs cleaned up, and for men, like keeping their sideburns in the back trimmed until they can get to a professional, I think is a good tip. And then what I found with my 3-year-old is that I actually prefer to style her hair in ways that keeps it out of her face rather than trying to cut her hair all the time.
Gotcha. That makes sense. Yeah, I love that. Like we just got to get through this thing. We don't have to have like the perfect haircut right now. We just kind of got to maintain and just make it through till we can go get a real haircut. That's so good. So we'll jump right into it with our first topic. We'll start with women's hair. So if you are at home and your hair is just getting a little out of control and you want to just kind of keep things trimmed up, Amanda's actually made a video for us with some tips in just a second. But while that's playing, like I said, if you're watching this, in the comments, just let us know any questions or tips you've picked up about just your hair, women's hair in general. For the next couple minutes, Amanda will be happy. I'm speaking for you, but Amanda will be happy to address any of those questions. But we're about to watch a video that you made just about kind of trimming bangs, I think it is. Do you have anything you'd like to preface this video with, Amanda?
I think the number one mistake that happens with bangs is people cut them way too short. And so I think that's the number one disclaimer I would say is don't go too crazy with it. And then also, as far as the video goes, you'll probably hear my kids crying. So sorry about that. Quarantining with kids. So fun.
It's real. Awesome. Well, let's take a look at some tips about taking care of hair if you are a woman. And like I said, let us know those questions, how it's gone for you, and we'll answer those in a second.
I'll just jump right into it. Today, the supplies that I have a hair clip. You can also use a ponytail if you just need to hold your hair back. I have scissors. Any scissors that are sharp on the tips are going to be what you want to use. Some kitchen scissors tend to be really blunt, so sewing scissors are a good one. These ones obviously are professionals. And then I just have a comb. Oh, and a spray bottle. So first, what I would do if I'm going to trim my bangs is I would pin my hair back. I do think a ponytail works great for this, but I'm just going to use one of these handy dandy clips right there. So I don't have forehead bangs that go straight across, but a lot of people do, and those are probably the people who are being driven most crazy. So what I first recommend doing is shaking it after it's pinned back. If you kind of shake your hairline like this, it'll make your bangs kind of fall down. One mistake a lot of people make is going way too far back with their bangs or way too short. This can make sure that you don't go way too far back. So I would just kind of shake out sort of the thickness of bangs that you already have. And if you already have bangs, it should easily fall down when you do this. Here I got a good section of bangs. I personally don't prefer the method of twisting it. I think that can kind of give an unexpected result. So what I recommend doing is spraying it a little bit, combing it down. An important thing to know is that hair does shrink up when it dries, and that is how people usually end up doing it way too short. So I'm probably not going to go as short as you guys would, but I can show you what I mean. So I think normally a great place to start is the middle of your nose. You notice how I'm pulling kind of hard. You don't want to pull so hard because then it'll shrink up more. So I would lightly kind of hold it there, and I'm in the middle of my nose. That's where I'd recommend for people with bangs to start trimming. I'm going to do it down here just for the example's sake because I don't really want that short of it. So pretend I'm at the middle of my nose here. And how I recommend cutting is in an upwards way. This is called point cutting when you chop like this. And instead of going at it like this with a straight blunt line, I recommend taking it like this and snipping it like this. I don't know if this is easier to see. I am just snipping at it at an angle, almost making these little tiny triangles so that it looks, look how that looks, all the same length, but like kind of mixed up. You can see that. And then what you should do, kind of shake it out a little bit, see what it's gonna look like dry. And see, they were all the way past my lips. And now look how much they did, even just from me trimming that little bit. So I would shake them, and then if you need to take more off, take it once again, do the same thing, hold it up, point cut, not straight across, just chop at it at an angle. There's my kids in the background. Do that, shake it out. There we go.
All right, awesome start for some advice from Amanda. Again, we're just talking about getting through quarantine time. Doesn't need to be anything professional, although in your case it is professional since you are a professional. But so we were talking a little bit earlier, and you said whether you're trying to do this for yourself or not, there's kind of whether you want to cut your own bangs or you want to try cutting someone else's bangs. Is this like what's a better call, cutting your own bangs or trying to like cut someone else's bangs? I guess I would ask.
You know, I think on one hand, if you're doing your own, you probably know where you like them to be because you can kind of feel it. I think it can be kind of hard to describe to somebody else how short you want them to be. So I think it's kind of good. But the one thing if somebody does help you is they can make sure that it looks more even. And sometimes it could be hard. I know people always complain that they're like, oh, it's kind of sideways wonky. So I think that can be helpful to have someone look at it.
For sure, makes sense. We have a couple people who have tried cutting their own hair. Our very own lead pastor, Eubank, said I've done just around my ears, but the top is getting very long. I feel you, man. I feel you on that one. And then Lisa Alvino says I've been trying to handle my split ends. Do you have any tips on that for right now, Amanda?
Yeah, I would say very similar to the same thing. I don't think you're going to ever find a way to get away with doing the back, like, getting your split ends back there. But I would say that point cutting thing I described is really useful for whether you're doing yours or your kids or even your split ends, to where if you kind of can even just split your hair in the front, comb it to the right area and hold it up, and then do that same point cutting type thing. That's just going to be the best way that you don't cause weird jagged lines. And then that way you can pull it forward and make sure it looks even. That's what I would do if I was just gonna do my split ends, which I probably need to because they look rough.
That's awesome. That doesn't make very much sense to me, but I'm sure to those who are listening who maybe deal with that, they probably understand exactly what you mean. So that's great. Perfect. So I think unless you have any other tips on for women's hair, just maintaining right now, I think we can move on to kids' hair.
Perfect.
Let's do it. So in the last couple of weeks, have you tried cutting your kids' hair at home?
Yes. So I always typically trim my kids at home, but man, it is hard. Even as someone as a professional who knows what I'm doing, like it is like wrangling cats sometimes. And so it can be really hard. Usually it's like when my 3-year-old gets a little rat tail in the back is when I finally am like, all right, I'm pinning you down because it is hard.
Makes sense. And we'll take a look at a video in a second. That is you attempting to cut your kids' hair at home. It seems a little bit chaotic. So let's take a look. Just so you all know, if you've tried cutting your kids' hair at home and it hasn't gone well, even a professional right here has had a little bit of trouble with it. So let me hide us from the stream.
Hello. Here is our attempt to try and show a child's haircut. I'm going to jump right in since they're right here. Hello. Stop. All right. Attempt 47 at trying to talk a child's haircut. It's not. Ah! So we're at. Ah!
Hi. And why is anybody talking to us?
Because it's a video.
So funny watching that. My goodness, though, those are some cute kids, first of all. Yes.
Crazy.
Yes, so funny. We got some feedback on that. Summer says, amazing, the attempt. And of course, from Kelsey, your little ones are adorable. So Cora and Kenna, again, we see that it is not easy to try to cut your own kids' hair at home. So now's your time in the comments if you've got any questions about how to cut your kids' hair at home, or just, again, get through this quarantine time. Let us know in there. But you came up with a solution for this, right? So if cutting hair isn't the answer, what may be the answer for keeping track of our kids' hair?
Yeah, so with my 3-year-old, I really have found using like those little rubber band elastics. There's even on YouTube, you can find a ton of different easy little hairstyles to do. And especially while I've been waiting for her bangs to grow out, because sometimes the answer is not cutting the bangs back short. Sometimes you're wanting your hair to grow out, but they're constantly pushing it out of the way. And so, yeah, I have just found some easy ways to style her hair to keep it out of the way.
For sure, yes, and we've got a video of that as well. So let me pull this up and let's see Amanda's professional solution for how to style your kids' hair in quarantine time.
Hi.
Hello. After some failed attempts at trimming these crazy bangs, I've decided to document how I keep them out of her eyes on a regular basis.
Yeah.
This is a helpful style you can do that just looks clean and keeps their hair out of their way so they're not constantly pushing it, right?
Yeah.
Right. So here I just got a water bottle, a comb, and some little elastics.
Yes.
Ready? All right, first you're gonna spray their hair. I usually like to stick with her normal part because she has one. If you don't seem like you have a normal part in their hair, you can do it right down the middle. Okay. So what I do first is tip your head down, Kenna. I take their whole bang area.
And this is fun.
And this is fun.
I like it.
All right, tip your head down. So you can see I just took this front section here. Doesn't have to be perfect. Just kind of took where her bangs are. And you're gonna make a little ponytail right at the front of their head.
Yeah. That looks fun. I got the spray lotion on too.
All right, tip your head down. You can see first we just have one small ponytail at the front of your hair. Then what you're gonna do is directly behind that, you're gonna split it in two and you're gonna make 2 more ponytails, one on each side. So you're gonna choose one side or the other to include the front one in. So I'm gonna include this one on the right side. So now I have this section here that's gonna go in, and I'm gonna grab this whole ponytail from the front and make a new one together here on this side.
And what size am I gonna be?
You're gonna do the same size. All right, you can either choose to leave it at that if you like it to be kind of on the side, but what I typically do is I take the other side and I match the exact same thing. You don't have to worry about pulling the front one back.
No, we don't.
We don't. All right, tip your head down, babe. So now you can see we just have 3 little rows of ponytails. And you can leave it like this if you like the little piggy-tail look, which we do sometimes. Or you can do one last one. Tip your head down.
I want this one.
Where you join the ponytails together with an additional little groove in the hair. That's what I like to do, kind of makes it look clean.
I want that one.
All right, tip your head down.
I want that
See,
one.
look. That's the front ponytail, one on each side. I joined the front one with this side one, and then I joined these 2 together for one more. That is a simple little style that only takes a few minutes. And look how clean you look.
And I want this one.
Give a thumbs up.
So awesome. I love the thumbs up at the end. She agrees.
That's your go-to thing.
I think Lisa would agree with your decision not to go through with the haircut with Kenna. She says she still bears the scars of what happened when her mama cut her own hair. So, yeah.
All cuts for everyone.
Yes, so good. Well, I thought that was great. I don't have kids that I have to keep track of their hair, but I can only assume that for parents out there, it's so helpful. Is there anything else that parents should be keeping in mind as we, again, just get through quarantine when it comes to kids' hair?
Right. I would say people are probably wondering about little boys' hair, and I think that'll be very similar to kind of what we do with your hair here in a little bit. But also, even just the bang trim thing that I described is something you can do with your kids. A lot of people say, my son's hair, I did it around the ears, but the front is like in his eyes. And you can do the same essentially thing there. Other than that, I think that the only other thing that's helpful is a lot of kids have really tangly hair. And so one tip that I recommend is when they, brushing it out before they get in the bath, so that's not tangly going in. And then 2, it really helps if you braid it before bed, even in just like a simple braid or even just a ponytail, so that it doesn't get so tangled in the back while they're sleeping. So especially if they're laying around more than usual, it might be like really getting tangled.
Yeah, it's good. That's good. We're getting through quarantine. Love that. Love that. So we've covered women's hair, we've covered kids' hair a little bit. So I think it's time to just do this thing and just cut my hair. Are you ready for this? All right, awesome. So I'm gonna bring in my wife Paige. I'll pass off one of my AirPods to her, and so it's say hi.
Hi.
It's time to do this. Let's just get this over with and see how it goes. So Amanda, you're just gonna talk Paige through everything that we do here. So just so you know what we're working with, we have this thing. We got it for like $18 at Walmart or Target or something like years ago, and it's lasted with all the different numbers to go with it. We have a comb. We have scissors. They're very dull, but we're gonna do what we can with them. We'll see if they can make it through my thick hair. And then a spray bottle. Hypothetical question: if I were to get trace amounts of vinegar in my hair, would it be harmful?
You're definitely gonna go bald. Just
this morning I found this in our garage, and there was a sticky note on it that said contains vinegar. So washed it out with soap and everything, but we'll see what's left.
No, yeah, I'm just kidding. It wouldn't damage your hair. It's fine.
Liz says she's been waiting all day for this, so we'll see. So where should Paige start? I guess let's just do that.
Yeah, first things first is, do you have some kind of towel or cape or something to put around your shoulders?
Yes.
Somewhere. Paige will go find one.
Just so you don't get a million hairs all over you.
That would help.
I'll kind of show you with mine. I have very similar ones. I mean, these ones are probably a little bit nicer, but they're still wall, so similar.
How dare you?
And the only other important thing to know that a lot of people don't realize is when they wonder why this thing goes up and down like this, that is a half size.
Yeah. It does do that.
Yeah, so that's a half size. So say you're using a 3 guard and you want to go to a 4. If you push this up or down, it's going to take it up a half size or down a half size. So that is a helpful little note to know for blending purposes. And then aside from that, you're also going to use this when you kind of trim around the edges. Do you guys have one of those baby trimmers, or do you just have this guy?
Oh, we're not just getting hairs all over the living room, but that should be helpful.
Perfect. So do you have one of those baby trimmers,
all right,
or do you just have this guy?
We just have that guy.
That's fine. You can use this. If you push it all the way down, you can see kind of what happens when you push it down. So you want it to be closed, not open. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
Cool. So that's going to be what you do when we get to the edges later on. I just wanted to let you know about that. Okay. So I would say first things first, you're going to want to decide what guards to use. I would try and stay away from the 1 or the 0. Those are going to be pretty close, and that's like asking for a bald spot to happen.
Please stay away from the 1 and the 0.
Right. And if you don't know what the numbers mean, that's how many 1/8 of an inch it is. So like 8/8 of an inch is an inch. So that's how tall this one is. A 2 is 2/8, so a 1/4 inch.
Makes sense. Good to know.
What I would do, the other thing is a lot of people start with the shortest guard on the sides and then try to carve their way up. And that causes really bad lines like in like shelves. And so what you actually want to do is start with the largest number and then work your way down. And so I think for your hair, you should probably start with about a 3.
Okay.
So you can go ahead and get the 3.
So that'll be the longest we're going is the 3.
Yes.
All right.
On the sides. We're not going to do it on the top.
Okay. Sounds good.
You don't want to clipper it on the top, do you? Yeah?
I do not. Yes, okay. I do not.
So this says 3. That's what you're talking about? Okay.
Perfect. I'm getting more and more nervous as I go here.
He's like, wait, why did I start
Shorter
over
than you've ever gone.
Yeah. This man, like I said, I as a novice cut my own hair. I don't know if I have typically gone this short, but this is good. We're learning from a pro
What
today.
do you usually do on the sides?
I think I usually start at like 5, like as the longest or something, but
Just for
like
the
I said, yeah, like 5
well,
and then
put the 4 on there instead, just to be careful. I don't want it to go too short.
perfect. Let's do that.
Okay.
Let's ease me into this.
And then go ahead and take that up the half size.
Okay.
How do you know if it's up or down the half size?
Like notice how if it looks like it gets like the grass grew, like you know what I mean?
That makes sense. Okay. I've got it up the half size.
All right. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna start right at the side. I don't know if your AirPod's gonna get in the way or not.
Right.
That's what you're gonna do. And what you wanna do is not go too high. So make sure you stop about where his temple is. Matt, point to your temple. Right there. That's where you want to stop. So
Okay.
just not that high. And what you're going to also want to do is kind of go straight up. Don't follow the curve of his head like this.
Okay.
Straight up.
Okay. And do that all the way around?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Just start on the side and kind of carve up and then move.
Okay.
It's begun.
Yep. Exactly how you're going up, straight up like that. Instead of following the curve of his head. That's what you want to do.
Oh my God.
There's
gosh,
hair.
I'm so bald.
There's hair falling off of my head right now. It is
This
happening.
is your life.
This is real life. This is happening.
And then when you do the back, you can kind of have him look down a little bit. That'll make it a little
Okay.
easier.
Look down. Okay.
Sorry about your shirt, Matt.
It's fine.
Stop, don't move. Okay, okay. You want to go in?
Good thing I got my spinny chair out here for this.
Right. And make sure you're not going up too high.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah, make sure you're not going up too high.
We did not practice this before. This is law. This is law.
It would have been very difficult to practice a haircut before without actually cutting.
Right. That's why I was hoping you'd like my bang trim video because I'm like, I can't do it again. So it looks like
Look at all of this hair that has.
it looks like you sort of did one pass through. So typically what you can do is kind of go over it again and sort of retrace the steps to make sure you didn't leave any patches out. So if you want, you can kind of go through it again. Make sure you didn't leave any of those little hairs out.
Gotcha. Look up. Not look straight.
I've always had a hard time placing my head in the position that the person cutting my hair wants me to.
I know.
So
I
it's
just
kinda
got to
straight.
the point where I just push people's head around. I'm like,
Oh man, I'm just looking at all of the hair that has come off my head already on my shoulders. This is good though. We gotta get through this quarantine, so I'm all for it. Is she still doing good? I need affirmation that this is still going well.
Okay. I think I did the best that I can.
With the same guard on, just push it down so now it's a little bit shorter, but with the same guard on.
Okay.
And then just kind of go over the same area, but go a little bit lower. Like don't go up quite as high as you did.
Okay. Okay.
Here we go. I'm getting used to this. This is fine. This is totally fine. I'm getting all sorts of encouragement coming in, though, at least. Well,
No.
I don't know if that's encouragement, but I'm being told not to move. Matt, you can do it. This is feedback for you, Paige. You're doing great.
Oh, thanks, Phil.
Seriously, we bought this trimmer for $18 probably like 6 years ago, and it's still just going strong. So
Going strong.
if you want to get into home hair cutting, it is not an expensive endeavor.
Don't get into home.
Yeah.
Don't say that until you see how this turns out.
All right, perfect. So now what you're going to do this next time is go ahead and switch the guard to the 3.
Okay.
And you're going to want to start up like the half up so that it's a 3.5.
Okay.
I'm just grabbing clumps of hair off of my back and shoulders right now.
It's the vinegar.
Oh no, the vinegar is never his fault, making my hair fall out.
Okay.
All right, so you're going to go along the same. And now you're going to be at this point probably just going up to maybe where his eye starts. Well, a little bit.
Okay.
You can probably see
A little
it.
higher, like right here.
Lower than you've been going.
Sorry, say that again.
Just go about a ½ inch lower than you have been going.
Oh, okay.
We're kind of getting towards the bottom.
Okay. ½ inch lower.
½ inch lower. It sounds really weird whenever the buzzer is on my AirPod. This is good. Amanda, thank you for talking us through this.
Oh, of course. I've never talked somebody through a haircut, so say, what is it, like learn one, teach one, do one, or something?
There you go. Yeah, you're teaching the man to fish right now instead of giving the man fish. Yes. There you go. Just throw my head around wherever it needs to be. That's
what you got to get comfortable with, is just pushing his head all around.
Yeah, just throw it around. I love the feeling of just hair all over my back. It's my favorite.
That is my most favorite feeling.
Who doesn't love that?
Okay.
All right, and then lastly, I don't think. Well, Matt, do you on your sideburns in the back want any shorter than it is now, or do you like how it is?
Let's look. I think I'm just fine with how it is.
Okay, cool. So just push down the half one. That's all you're gonna do.
Okay.
Like you're making it shorter, not longer, right?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. And then all you're gonna do is just little sideburns.
Just the sideburns right here.
Uh-huh. And then what you're gonna do is, let me see if I can show you. So what you're gonna do is do this little sideburn. Which way do I turn my head? And then just kind of go diagonal back a little bit. Do you see what I mean? Just right here.
Yeah, like diagonal down.
Like up. Like
oh, okay. Yeah. I see.
Like up and back a little bit.
Okay. Here we go.
Here we go.
And just ever so slightly. Yeah, just like that.
All right.
Nice.
And then you'll do the back after that. And then all you want to go to is you should be able to feel like his occipital bone. Like the part
Excuse me?
You know the part where your head
this was anatomy.
is the anatomy. Okay. Turn it around.
Okay.
Okay, so feel on his head like where it starts to go up. Like right there. Yep.
Okay.
So just below, like all the hair below that point, you're going to do with that one.
Okay. Even like over here too?
Yep. You're going to do all of that. But I'm just saying you're going to basically to his ears.
Oh, okay.
That's called your occipital bone anatomy. Do you see how it kind of feels like there's a ridge there?
Yeah.
Once you get up there? That's what I'm referring to.
Okay.
So you're just kind of doing that. And it's good to do the back hairline a little shorter like that, because that way that's usually what grows out first is the neckline.
All right. I think I got it.
And then just do the other sideburn on the other side.
Okay.
Same way.
I'll come out.
Make sure to get the occipital bone.
That's not on this side.
I feel like Dustin and Phil are doubting my abilities.
Hey, it's way different to talk someone through a haircut than
It is. It's way different. I'm like, okay, just go like, oh. Thank you, Phil.
Yeah, Dustin asked Matt, do you feel confident about how that was communicated?
He's like, not really.
Absolutely.
Okay,
All right.
so next part. First thing I want to say is, we notice how we did that dry. You should always keep the sides dry when you're clipping them, because if they're wet, it doesn't grab it as well. So
Oh, okay.
when you're doing the top, then you want to get it wet. So go ahead and spray it all down.
Okay.
Oh, yes. There we go. Oh, man. Hannah is chiming in. We needed this when we did V's hair.
Wow.
Shoot.
Call me, Hannah.
We're too late.
I told
Yeah.
you I did FaceTime help.
All right. It's wet.
Okay, so would you say his hair's like sopping wet, or is it just like pleasantly damp?
I would say it's pretty pleasantly damp. Yeah.
If it gets too wet, you can kind of towel dry it a little bit.
Okay.
Okay, so what you're gonna do now is, can you get closer to the camera, Matt?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
I just want to see what I'm working with here.
Don't look too closely at those sides.
I don't think it looks bad. It really doesn't.
good.
Okay, so
You sound surprised.
I mean, I'm pleasantly surprised. Okay, so first with your get your comb and your scissors.
Okay.
There is just, I feel like I'm wearing a fur coat. Like, I know that's
You kind of are.
disgusting, but it's.
Okay, and so what you're gonna want to do is, are you tall enough to kind of stand like behind him like a hairstylist?
A little bit.
Have you ever been asked that before? Are you tall enough to stand up like a
So
hairstylist?
I'm just gonna pretend that I am a man. Okay, so start with his bangs and have them kind of go Matt pleasantly damp.
I'm very uncomfortable with a lot of the comments that are coming in from my coworkers. But
Okay, so
it's
what
fine.
you're gonna want to do is, I'm trying to explain. Okay, put down the scissors.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, comb up his bangs and hold them like this
Okay.
at like a 45-degree angle.
You got to know anatomy and geometry to
Like
I'm
this.
cut
really
hair,
smart, I
apparently.
promise.
Kind of.
Okay, yeah, like that. And then that's gonna be when you're gonna determine how much you want to trim off, and that's up to Matt. How much are you wanting to trim?
Okay. How much do you want?
That looks great.
This?
Sure.
Great.
Okay.
Is
So if
that a
that's
lot?
great to you, no, that's
No.
not a lot. That's great.
Okay.
So go ahead and then trim that.
Just
Yep.
straight
You
across.
always, little hair cutting tip. You always want to go above your fingers, not below. Some
Okay.
people, when they hold up the hair, they want to hold it up and then like cut under their finger. You should always go over.
Okay.
So yeah,
And
go
I
ahead.
just cut straight across.
Just go straight across. Be careful not to snip your knuckle. I do that often. There you go. Now what you're gonna do is hold on to that piece and comb that in with the next chunk so that it's all together. And then you should be able to see where you cut before through the hair. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There you go. Now you have like a little
Okay.
guide, and
Yeah,
you
I
just
see it.
follow that and trim that now.
Okay.
Wow. This all makes sense.
Right. And that's what you're going to keep on doing is comb the already cut part in with the next one so that you have the guide.
Okay. Keep going. Okay. See it.
Amanda, can we just always do this when it's time for a haircut? Can we just
Let's do
call
the
and you just?
I'm going to start
Yeah,
charging.
Yeah.
I know. Like this is. I don't think I agree to always doing this. This is hard.
She's like, I'm nervous right now.
We're like almost there though, kind of, right?
Yeah, you're doing
You
good.
gotta be. Yeah.
Phil asks, how does this compare to when you do it yourself, Matt?
Yeah, that's a good question. So I was telling Amanda earlier, I am probably horrible at cutting my own hair, but I just have like such thick hair that I don't think it really matters. I kind of just get in there with scissors and just chop, 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 chop. and then you can barely tell what I do because it's so thick. But this feels better. This feels like there's actually a system and a logic to what she's doing right now. So.
Oh gosh.
Ooh.
Oh gosh, you don't want to hear that.
Yeah. Wait.
I wasn't holding the scissors, so don't worry.
Right. And I mean, eventually you kind of learn how to palm the scissors like while you're combing, but like it's okay if you just pick them up and put them down for now because
That feels safer to me.
Every once in a
Stop
while,
moving.
a clump of hair just falls off my head when she's not even
like,
cutting
wait a
it.
minute, what's
And
happening?
I'm like, hold on. What's happening? You know, if I close my eyes, it actually just feels like I'm at a real salon right now.
Perfect. Just
Yeah.
got to put on some like 80s music and you're there.
Yes, exactly. I've got like this towel wrapped around me. It's covered in hair, but other than that, it's nice.
Okay, I reached the back.
Okay, so now what you're going to want to do is like have him turn his hair and you're going to pretend that it's like a mohawk.
Okay.
Just so you can check and make sure that it's even all the way. So start in the front and make it into
Okay.
like a little mohawk, like all of it.
All of it?
Yeah, you can stand on the side of him if you want to.
Okay.
Just stand up tall like a
Yeah.
hairstylist.
Kind of
Like
form it
this?
up into a mohawk, and you should be able to there see if there's any outliers that are like,
Oh,
Long.
yeah.
you see what I
Okay.
mean?
Yeah. Let me just grab
Is it too
these.
late to actually just go for a mohawk? That would seem
It's
cool.
too late.
I think I have to veto that.
So maybe we should turn you sideways so they can see what I mean by this.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, I've got my spinny chair, so
Perfect. And so just comb it up into a mohawk right in the middle, and you should be able to see if there's any hairs that when you did it the first way. This is called cross-checking, and it's just making sure that no hairs got like left out. And so you can, well, instead of doing it like that, Paige, scissors down and like hold it.
Okay.
Oh, wait,
Hey, instead of doing it wrong, why don't you try this?
right. And then you can pick up your scissors from there
Okay.
and then snip it if there's a hair that's long.
Okay.
Don't look now, but there's hair all over your shirt too, Paige.
Don't look now. She looked in.
She looked.
Oh, yeah. Okay. There's some long ones here.
So Amanda, how does a professional keep all of the hair from just sliding down their
They
client's
don't.
back? Okay.
Don't.
They don't.
Well, one, you're not wearing a full cape. You're kind of half wearing a towel. So normally we have the whole cape. And a lot of times with men's cuts, you put on those little papers around their neck, and that kind of helps. And then I also have
yeah.
this fancy doodad. Look at this.
Oh,
Oh.
that's cool.
I will dust them after. Get all the little hairs off. It makes me feel like a barber.
All right, I did the mohawk thing.
All right, perfect. So then
think we're
now, I can't decide if I want to teach this to you or not because it might be confusing, but I'm going to have you try anyway.
Let's try it. Yeah.
Well, why not?
Stand behind again, and I want you to comb his hair up diagonally like this so that you're pretending you're connecting the sides with the top. Do you know what I mean? Like this?
Yeah. Like from this side or this
Yep.
side?
Not both. You're going to do both, so it doesn't
Oh,
matter.
okay.
which part.
Okay.
So you're going to hold it up diagonally, and you're going to just notice the angle between the side of his hair and the top of his hair.
Notice the angle.
Okay.
Yeah.
And if there's like a shelf in there, then you can trim that as well.
A shelf. Okay.
Define a shelf, Amanda.
Like
I
it's
wish I
not
had your
even-
hair right now so I could show you what I mean. I guess I'll just pretend it on my long hair. So you're holding it out diagonally here, and it should look like a straight line when you hold it diagonally.
Oh, okay.
And that's blending the two areas. And so that's just like, and right, so you're going to be cutting kind of at an angle right now. And that's just so that it's not basically a square. Like you're kind of
Gotcha.
blending the sides into the top.
So keep going back. with
Yeah, so
that,
keep
like
kind of
that?
going diagonally around his head all the way around, holding it
Okay.
out at a 45-degree angle so you can see where it needs to be blended so that the top doesn't look strange next to
Okay.
the sides. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I see.
Makes a lot of sense.
It probably doesn't. You guys are probably like, why are we doing this?
Oh, there's a good one back here.
A good one. What does that mean?
Like a spot I missed.
Oh, a shelf, if you
Yeah.
will.
Found a shelf.
She found a shelf. I can't wait to clean up the hair off of my computer and our living room floor and everything when we're
Are you
done
doing this
too.
on carpet or is it hardwood at least?
It's carpet. We have a sheet down, so
Oh, well, that's
hopefully that catches everything. Oh yeah, that feels like a good one.
He's like,
Seems
Oh no.
seems
Okay,
like you're
I'm gonna
cutting
start
a
from this side.
lot of hair there.
it looks like you're doing the right thing.
Nice.
That's good.
The scissor sound makes me nervous, says Liz.
It makes you nervous, Liz? What do you? It's not near your ears. What do you mean it makes you nervous?
I think it's looking pretty good so far. I feel proud.
I think so too. Thank you.
You can just hear how old and rusty the scissors are. As
Yeah,
it
they're
chops
not.
through.
They're not rusty.
Sounds like you're cutting through a tree branch.
With your hair, she practically is.
Okay. Oh, sorry.
I think that's looking good. Did you do it in the front on this side, on the other side?
Yes. Yeah.
All right, cool. So then now, can you come closer and like show me your hair? I think it's looking pretty good, actually.
Oh yes.
Yay.
The only last thing you'll want to check is just check his bangs again, and you can push him, like comb them down and see if they're too long.
Okay.
Maybe you'll just have him feel it to decide
Okay.
that. If his bangs are too long. I mean, I know you're not going to wear them down. I just mean sitting.
It looks good.
You should wear it like this.
Yes.
What do you think? Why is it sticking like that?
It's
What
just
do you
probably
mean?
phallic. And you can get it wet again if it's dry. You can get that pleasantly damp
Have
again.
gel in your hair?
Yeah. Oh. Okay. That was mostly my face.
And you
That
can go up again with the mohawk one if you want to, and just double
Okay.
check that one that it's not longer than the rest.
Ooh,
Uh-oh.
I like this suggestion. Give her a haircut.
So
No.
do it more like this, like a unicorn horn.
Oh, okay.
So we're not even going to address the possibility of me cutting Paige's hair too. That's
No.
not going to happen.
I actually don't think it would be as hard to teach as this.
Yeah.
I think it looks good.
Yeah, if you do that and there's nothing that's really sticking out, then I think that should be good.
Yeah. Okay. Looks good.
All right.
That looks good to me.
Are we done? Is that
Yeah.
it? Nice. Look at that. Look at your masterpiece.
It looks
Oh wait, we didn't do
good.
the edges. We need to trim the edges last.
Yeah, we do. Oh, there's
Oh.
so much hair. all
Okay,
over me.
Why did you take
reestablish
this
your
off?
cape.
Huh?
Reestablish your cape since it fell
Oh,
off.
yes.
Reestablish the
There.
cape. Thank you. There we go. Why didn't we do
All right,
this
now
from the
grab your
start?
trimmers again.
Okay.
So you're gonna want them to be on the short setting for this. Do you know what I mean by that? This is the tall setting. This is the short setting. Tall, short.
Right. Yes.
Shrink the grass.
Yes.
Shrink the grass. I thought that was a pretty good
That's
That
good.
is good.
description. Okay,
Okay.
so what you're gonna want to do then is take it almost all the way short, but then like ever so slightly up, because I don't want you to like cut him, not to scare you, but just like ever so slightly up a little.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So what you're gonna do is go ahead and turn those on
Okay.
better than normal, and you're gonna take them and you're gonna. This is gonna be on top. This
Okay.
part. And you see what I mean by top?
Yep.
That, and then you're going to do his sideburns. So sideburns,
Okay.
you're going to want to ask him if he wants it at the bottom of his ear, the middle of his ear, or the top of his ear.
Bottom, middle, or top?
Let's go middle of the ear.
Middle.
Okay, so then you're going to want to go to the middle of his ear. You see where that little like circle, what's that thing called? A little
Ear?
flap.
No.
You know what I'm
The
talking about?
I don't know.
Thing
I
above
haven't
your
been
ear.
in an anatomy class in a while, so
I don't know that anatomy. The ear
that
flap.
I see. Yeah, the ear flap.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So that's where you're going to do it. So then go ahead and then you're just going to push it on right there and then go down.
Oh, push it
Like
on
you're
and
combing.
down.
Yep.
Okay.
And then you're, and then if he has hair that's like kind of below that too, you can go down like sort of until you reach
Okay.
his facial hair, just so that it's even. The ear bump. That's a good one, Lisa.
That's what it's called, obviously. I don't know how we forgot that was called the ear bump.
Perfect. And then you're going to want to do the same on the other side, and then make sure you use the same place.
Stacy would like to
bump, the ear flap,
Ralph's
the
hair.
ear plugger.
I think we're onto it. I think we've got it. Stacy would like to cut Ralph's hair,
Okay.
it seems.
All right.
Stacey,
and then what you're
come
going
and
to
get
want to do is the back. So go ahead and turn him around.
Okay.
Bye, Matt.
See ya.
And what you want to do is go
don't
with your natural hairline. This is something a lot of people mess up is they're just like, oh, I'm just going to buzz right into his hairline. And then that's going to look weird when it grows back. So what you're going to want to do is you can see that his is kind of rounded. And so you're going to want to stick right along that. And then all you're going to be doing is straightening it up. So start in the middle where it's kind of dipping down. Yeah, and do it the same direction we showed you before.
Okay.
And you're going to want to start in the middle and maybe like you can turn him around if you want. I want you to be straight behind him so you can do this.
Oh, okay.
Like you can turn him around and I'll just tell you about it.
All right.
Perfect. So yeah, you're going to want to do it straight there in the middle.
Okay.
And then follow along his hairline, just kind of creating, like cleaning it up.
Okay.
And then make sure you get all that neck hair off because that's usually where guys grow it is right here in the back. They get 2 little strips of hair.
Good luck finding the neck hair through all of the head hair that's fallen off onto my neck right now.
Right.
But,
I found it.
Oh, I found it.
I'm pleased, Amanda. This is going well.
Good. I'm so glad.
Okay. I think I got it. Do you want to look at it? See?
Yeah. Yeah, that looks great. See how that just looks
Good.
nice and cleaned up, not trying to do anything crazy.
Cool.
And then lastly is going to be around the ears. Now for this one, what you're going to be doing is, how do I best describe this? Okay. The top here is going to be in the back and you're going to go around the ear like this.
So the top is facing him?
The top
This
is
part's
like
facing him like that?
You're going to go like this.
Oh, I see.
You know what I
Okay.
mean? Like that.
Yeah,
Mhm.
okay. I see.
Like it's pointing forward. Like you want these to be pointing towards his face. Yeah. No,
Okay.
other way.
This way?
Open around. Yep, like that.
Oh,
What
okay.
you're gonna want to do is his ears are bendy.
Kinda.
They're pretty
Or
stiff.
more bendy than like so. We want to fold it all the way down and out of the
Okay.
hole,
Okay.
and then just go up and over his ear. And just, if there's any hairs there, you just can kind of get those off. Do you see what I mean? You start from the back.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh no.
It
That's our
doesn't matter.
first mistake.
Do you see what I mean? Yeah, that looks like you did.
Yeah. I'm scared.
Please don't say that you're scared, Paige.
Okay.
Does that look like clean back there?
Yeah.
And you can also do it like this, like you did the sideburns. You can kind of lift his ear down.
Oh, okay.
And like, please show how to do women's haircuts with the help of experts. I feel like we've had multiple people requesting that.
Okay. I think I did that one.
Perfect. And same thing on the other side. You're holding them the opposite way.
Oh, whoops.
Turn them around like that. And go forward with it. Yeah. Like a little rainbow shape like this.
Oh, okay. There we
Yeah,
go.
like that. That looks right.
Your hesitation is very comforting.
I don't know what I'm. Oh, okay. Let me try it this way. Just get it down. Okay. I think I got. That's good enough. Close
Yeah.
enough.
Look at that.
I think you look official. It looks good to me.
Great job.
Nice.
Before you go, what was like the hardest part of doing that?
Probably that part we just did, the ears.
They are.
Yes.
That is
I got
okay.
like scared I was gonna cut him somehow.
And I mean, and honestly, you should be careful at that part because that is when you're most likely to cut them. Honestly,
Yeah.
if you cut them, it's going to be right around their ears. So,
Yeah.
but a lot of guys with longer hair, if that's what's driving them crazy, is the hair that's like hanging over their ears. So,
yeah.
Yes.
bye.
Awesome. Well, thank you for talking us through that,
Yeah,
Paige.
thank you, Amanda.
Thank you for cutting my hair.
Of course.
Making it through quarantine. That's awesome.
You're gonna need
All right.
probably.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to. There's so much
Oh,
hair
my
just like
goodness.
all over. You can probably see it all over me. I'll sit back a little bit so you can't.
I'll
But
sit back
perfect. Thank you. Oh man, so good. Well, Amanda, thank you again. First of all,
Good.
yeah, look at that. Come on.
If it's messed up, then you just FaceTime me later.
Exactly. We'll correct it. Look, so many compliments are coming in. Really high praise. Like, so good. Looks great, Matt. And another really good compliment. It's good enough for Melissa. So thank you for the high praise. It'll do for quarantine. Again, all we're doing is getting through quarantine. Again, thank you so much, first of all, for getting me a haircut that I needed so badly. But thanks for all the tips you gave. Again, if you're just now joining us or just came in a couple minutes ago, we have tips on women's hair, kids' hair earlier in the video. Not a live haircut like this, but some good advice in there. So Amanda, thank you so much. And is there any last minute tips, advice you want to give everybody?
My last minute tips are, it sounds like it's going to be pretty soon that we're going to be able to open our salons back up. So hopefully you guys can make it through, but I hope that those bang trim and those little kid styles can kind of help you get by in the meantime.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Amanda. We'll see you later.
All right. Bye.
All right, everybody. Thanks again for joining us at another Help at Home episode. So good to have you joining us in the comments. Thank you for the encouragement for me as well as we went. We will see you later and stay safe out there.